Joining us now is a man whose entire business empire is leveraged to the health of the consumer. He owns restaurants, hotels, casinos, the Houston Rockets, and much more. Let's welcome our billion-dollar buyer, Tilman Fertitta, chairman and CEO of Landry's and the owner of the Houston Rockets. Tilman, it's great to have you back on Power Lunch. Good to see you.
Hey, good to see you guys, Melissa.
What are you seeing across your businesses, Tilman? Should we be concerned about a recession based on what you see?
Well, we know one thing. We've had a great 11-year run here, and history always repeats itself, and we are going to get one. But the consumer is still out there spending money. You know, retail sales were up, but the casino business is good. People are buying tickets to basketball games. Mortgage applications was at a high this year. So, but then there's signs of other things. You see Macy's, who's your top retailer out there, who has their arms totally around the business. We're seeing some of the restaurant consumer go down to buy down a little bit. Gaming is still there, but it's not as robust as it was. But remember, everybody fills their tanks. You can only buy so many new cars. You can only buy so many new TVs. You can only lose so much in a casino. So at some point, the consumer is full. They used up their credit. And I think we're getting to the end. Now, does that mean there's going to be a recession in 2020? Absolutely not. But it's of course not as robust. You can't have positive same-store sales every year. So
you've seen one or two downturns, Tilman, yourself, you and your businesses. And so what indicator would you look at within your business empire that would say to you, you know what, things are in fact slowing down? Is there a particular line of business? Is there particular areas where the businesses are where you say, you know what, that is going to be the lead indicator?
Well, and this is what a lot of people do when there starts to be a downturn. They start buying the business. And even right now, you can see some casual dining restaurants are buying the business because all you have to do is look at their margins. The one thing we're able to do in a retail business, and once again, it's any of my businesses, whether it's basketball or gaming or lodging or restaurants, is you can buy the business, but then look at the margins. Now, we're also suffering huge margin issues because of labor prices in our business. You know, the $15 minimum wage, I think, is great. It's wonderful, but don't expect us to have the same margins and put as much money out there. So, but you can buy business, but when you start seeing the traffic continue to drop, and then the margins fall, it only works for so long. And that's why we've never been one to go out and buy the business.
And in fact, you have looked at various businesses in the last few years, but you've turned down the deals because, what, you think things are a little frothy now, or what's going on there?
You know, for sure, Bill. I mean, it's people, there's so much credit out there. And this is one of the huge things that I've always watched. When you see the corporate credit market go away, I don't pay attention to the stock market. Watch the corporate credit market. And when leverage finance starts to dry up, that's when the world starts collapsing. And if you just watch that, you know, forget the 30-year bond, watch the leverage credit for businesses. And what's happened is there's so much credit out there right now. Every business is still selling at 9, 10, 11, and 12 times. And I'm just one, especially at the end of a cycle, just not to pay up. Because I've grown my business to a multi-billion-dollar business in down times when I can buy things at the right price and the right multiples. But right now, it is still so frothy out there because there's still so much credit. Now, that can change in 6 months, right, but it didn't happen in next week. And people have got to stop paying attention to the stock market because Trump's having a meeting or not a meeting or a tariff here or a tariff there. Do not use the equity market as a barometer ever.